Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix Engineers. In our last previous video, we were working on programming videos only, but now we are going to start to mix them with system administrations and network administrations. In this video, we are going to start with system administrations. So this is a VMware workstation. If you want it, I will provide the links that you can use to download it with a license key. So this is our virtual machine. I will also show you how to install it, but here I'm going to show you how if you are not going to use a virtual machine, how you can manage the systems remotely, how you can access it. So let's wait until it finishes to start. So I'm going to show you how you can access Linux server remotely. You have to provide a password. So now this is a Ubuntu machine, Linux. So now let's move on terminal. Here we are in a normal user, but we are going to move to root user where we have all privileges. So we use this command sudo -i. You see, we have to provide a password matrix. So now you see we are on root user. So in order to access Linux machine remotely, we must install or enable protocols that help us to host remotely. So we can use SSH here or Telnet. Telnet is not recommended because it's not secured. It doesn't provide security mechanism when you are accessing device remotely. The data, when you are using Telnet, data moves across network in a clear text or in a plain text. But when we are using SSH, SSH is a secure shell. SSH encrypts data. It provides that mechanism for encrypting data that are crossing over the networks. So now let's install SSH. apt install SSH. So here we can press command. So after that, what we are going to do is the SSH was already installed. So what you are going to do now is to look for the IP address of this host machine. If config, you see we have 192.168.0.105. So now what we are going to do is to here what you're going to do is to use this IP address. After accessing No, we are going to use this IP address to access this Ubuntu server remotely. We are going to do it in a Windows machine. So let's use the command prompt. So we use SSH username matrix at 192.168.0.100.5. You see, guys, now we have to provide a password matrix. So now we are in a Linux machine. Our Linux machine is this. We are accessing it remotely. So after that, we can move on super user sudo -i, have to provide a password. So here we can create a directory like training, make dir training. You see, you can look for this training directory, can move on directory training. You see now we are in a directory training. In a window we call it folder, but in a Linux we call it training. In a training you can create a file. Let's use this. Let's call it files, where you can write many things. We press the Ctrl X, you press Y and save. So you can see what we write in our file. You see, this is how we can access Linux machine remotely using command prompt in Windows. But we can also use putty. So in a putty, this putty helps us to access remotely the networking devices. We can access Linux host. We can access different things using putty. It have many protocol. SSH. Here we can also use the Telnet. Telnet use port 23. SSH use port 22. When you are going to access device physically, with the cable we use this serial and connect it directly to the and use a serial cable or console cable, connect it to your networking device port, console port, and to your machine directly and access it using this. But let's use SSH. So let's provide the IP address of our Linux machine, 192.168.0.105. So you press this, you log in as a matrix, as a user, you provide a password matrix. So here we can move on root user or super user. So provide the matrix. You see, you can see the folders here. Can move on folder training. You see, you can see what is in a training. We can read what is in a training. You see. So guys, this is our next video. I will work on installing network monitoring tools that can help you to monitor your network as a network admin, as an IT person, how you can manage your network using network monitoring tools, where it can provide an alert to you, where it can send email when there is some incident on your network, when it can send SMS or message to your telephone. So guys, do subscribe for getting update more about my video. Thank you.